What if you would find yourself in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, in a Bermuda Triangle cave, and feel like throwing a dart at the world map to see where you should go next, despite all the challenges and restrictions that might come your way? Well, meet Sorin, who just did that, and luckily ended up in Portugal. He's just about to discover a charming country, and later on in the episode, we'll throw a new dart at the map, this time replacing the Bermuda cave set with a Lisbon balcony. Sorin, over to you.
My name is Sorin. I throw darts at the world map and travel wherever they land, no matter how far or difficult it is. Besides traveling with me, I invite you to do whatever you love before it's too late and live a life with no regrets. My passion is travel by dart. I'm at the end of my 2-week trip to Bermuda and I'm about to leave.
Let's go!
But of course, I will not choose my destination based on sponsorships or freebies, but by throwing a dart at the world map. So if you haven't watched the last episode, I've set up the map in one of the famous Grotto Bay caves and look forward to continue my adventures despite all the restrictions. Life is short.
No time to waste on the things that I don't have. A toss of the dart and we're off, my bags are packed. Oh, wherever it lands, wherever I will be. It's not just adventure, it's my destiny.
I even dress myself as a true, authentic Bermudian with tie and Bermuda pants and crazy socks because I love this country. It's been amazing. I'm in one of the coolest places in the world. A cave that's not just a cave, it's a spa cave. So people come here to get beauty treatments. This is right under our hotel. And today, I'm just gonna throw another dart at the world map because I threw the darts indoors, outdoors. I threw the darts on a pirate ship, but I never did it underground. So that's why I'm so excited about it.
Life's what you make it, so why not make it bright? Follow your heart, travel by dart. Oh, life's what you make it, so why not make it bright? Follow your heart, travel by dart. Oh.
Let's see what happens. I'm ready to do it right now. And I'm just gonna throw a dart. The map is right there. I'm not gonna even look because it's not rotating. And I'm just... Oh. After a couple of throws that didn't even hit the map, I finally did it. Oh, something. Alright, so it seems like it's in between US and Portugal. And I think I'm going to Portugal. It's a new country and just gonna go to Portugal. I'm very excited. I'm working on my Portuguese. Don't know too much yet, but I'm so pumped. So let's do it. Time to travel again. I flew to the capital of Portugal, Lisbon, a city with almost 3 million people, which still keeps its charm and beauty regardless of the weather. Unlike other destinations for travel by dart, this time I decided to avoid a hotel room for my stay and rent this trendy apartment in the middle of the city, close enough to all the key points I wanted to see. I was also looking to have a nice balcony too, just so I can set up the dart throw for the end of the episode right here. However, I'm here to discover Portugal and its people, so I'm just about to share with you some things that pleasantly surprised me. For example, Lisbon, the capital, is actually an older city than Rome, the epicenter of the ancient Roman Empire. Lisbon is one of the oldest cities in the world and the second oldest European capital city after Athens. But wait, there is more. Not too many people know this, but Portugal is the oldest country in Europe. Portugal officially became a kingdom in 1139, and it stayed like this for the next 800 years until 1910, when it became a republic. As a result of being the oldest nation-state in Europe, it is no surprise that some of the most famous early explorers, like Vasco da Gama or Fernando Magellan, were Portuguese. Also, the fact that the Portuguese is the official language of 9 other countries speaks volumes about how influential this nation was. I will leave Portugal's history to the historians and the books, but before I move on with my visit, here are a few quick interesting things that are super good to know. Portugal holds the record for the shortest reigning monarch in the world. This was Crown Prince Luís Filipe, and he was the King of Portugal for a total of 20 minutes, after his father Carlos I was assassinated on February 1st, 1908. After suffering injuries in the same attack, Luís Filipe also died, and the title of king was transferred to Manuel II, the last king of Portugal. History has still a powerful presence in everyday life of a Portuguese, from architecture to fashion. This is Belém Tower, a 16th century fortification located in Lisbon that served as a point of embarkation and disembarkation for Portuguese explorers. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Another iconic building that's worth visiting if you're in Portugal is Sintra Penha Palace. Also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, this castle is a national monument and constitutes one of the world's major expressions of 19th century Romanticism. However, my favorite place is Castel Sao Jorge, or St. George, located at the top of the capital Lisbon, where you could find some unexpected friends as well. Getting to it is an exciting journey in itself too, so make sure you pay a visit if you're around. Since the 12th century, the castle has variously served as a royal palace, a military barracks, the home of the National Archive, and now as a national monument and museum. Speaking of very old yet useful items in Portugal, the locals sure love their trams and some other weird-looking vehicles. I mean, what's this? The tram is an extremely popular method of transportation in Lisbon. The star is tram number 28, considered the cheapest alternative tour in the capital city, as one single ride on it has all the benefits of a sightseeing bus tour. Many tourists tend to use it as a more affordable option than hop-on, hop-off buses, but that's not the responsible way to visit the city, and it takes away the tram from locals who depend on it on a daily basis. Caris, the company operating trams and buses in Lisbon, began using electric trams in 1901, but the ones you ride on today aren't that old, but are still vintage. Some of these beauties were built between 1936 and 1947, and some between 1995 and 1996. If you wish to hop on tram 28 to do the iconic route, beat the tourist crowds by taking it as early as 7 or 8 am. There's a tram every 10 minutes. A 24-hour pass for all methods of public transportation costs about €6, while tickets are more expensive on board. Well, now I guess it's time to move on to some newer stuff. Portugal also has the longest bridge in the European Union. I spoke earlier about Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese explorer who was the first European to discover India by sea. Today, Vasco da Gama is the name of the longest bridge in the European Union built in Lisbon. It measures over 10 miles, or 17 kilometers, and connects Portugal's northern and southern parts. The bridge was inaugurated for the 1998 Lisbon World Exposition and is so long that on cloudy days it is impossible to see the other side of the bridge. Open to the public on March 29, 1998, the event commemorated the 5th centenary of Vasco da Gama's arrival from India in 1498. How long did it take to build a bridge, and what kind of manpower we're talking about? 3,300 workers were needed to build a bridge, and it took about 18 months to complete. Since we are by the water in this beautiful city, I want to show you the coolest Oceanarium I've ever been to. This impressive construction is also the largest indoor aquarium in Europe. Oceanarium de Lisboa, as it's called officially, resembles an aircraft carrier and is built on a pier in an artificial lagoon. This piece of art opened in 1998 and registers over 1 million visitors per year. The Oceanarium has a large collection of marine species, totaling about 16,000 individuals of 450 species.
Welcome to my electric jungle, where the kick drum beats like thunder. No 808 just makes the speed. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up.
The main exhibit is an 11,000 square feet, 1.3 million gallons tank with 4 large acrylic windows on its side. I'm looking at this craziness and I can only imagine what's at the bottom of the real ocean. The Lisbon Oceanarium is one of the few aquariums in the world to house a sunfish because of their unique and demanding requirements for care. Other interesting species include 2 large spider crabs and 2 sea otters, which just became my favorite creatures to see in real life. Look at this guy. You've been looking at a lot of fish lately, so what do you think is Portugal's main dish? Yep, you guessed it, the fish called cod, codfish, or in local language, bacalhau. It sounded more like a dance style to me, to be honest. Anyway, bacalhau is in culinary context dried and salted cod, but they also serve it fresh and name it bacalhau fresco. There are many recipes out there depending on region and traditions. In Portugal, they say there are more than 365 ways to cook the cod, one for every day of the year. I love fish, so when I met with my friends Raz and Daniela in Lisbon, we also tried swordfish for dinner, as well as some Portuguese-style cooked steak. The food is fine, but do you know what's more interesting in Portugal? Their signature alcoholic drink, Ginjinha. What's Ginjinha? It is a liqueur made by infusing sour cherries in alcohol. But that's not all, because there is a whole crazy process of making it. So what's the best way to learn about it and taste it than going to a local house? Here's my friend Gonzalo, who will tell us how it's done.
It is usually made in the following way. You pick up around a kilogram of cherries and you put them on the ceramic jar, and then you add in around half a kilogram of sugar, some teaspoons of cloves and cinnamon powder, and you mix it all together. You don't close the ceramic jar completely, you just put the lid on the top and leave it for about 2 to 3 weeks in direct contact with sunlight. After those 2 to 3 weeks, you are ready to pour in half a glass of vodka and Portuguese red wine, and you mix it all together once again, and this time you do close the lid completely and you leave it in a dry, cool place. Usually we use the corners of our kitchen, which doesn't have any direct sunlight, but it is cool and it is a dry place. And you leave it there for around 2 to 3 months, which is the minimum requirement for this to mature well. After that, you grab the ceramic jar and you pour all of the liquid into a new bottle, and this one's going to be the final bottle. And you can add in the cherry fruit or not. It adds in the extra sourness of the cherry, and you leave it again for about 2 to 3 months for the bottle itself to mature. Usually to serve Ginjinha, there are 2 ways of doing it. Number 1 is through a regular cup like this one, this glass cup, but more famously we use chocolate cups or shot-sized chocolate cups. So you drink the Ginjinha and then you bite on the chocolate because it gives you the sweeter taste against the sour taste of the cherries. And this is for all the Travel by Dart viewers and Sorin, who had too many.
Pelo meu leal conselho, não deixes gostos ao teu pai. Lisboa, não sejas princesa, com toda a certeza.
And I've got to my favorite part of the trip, evenings in Portugal. But it's not just that. Something magical happens at night on these narrow streets and between these thick walls, with music and a small dose of expressed fatalism. The decor is dark and most time discreet. Portugal has a tradition of Fado, the idea that one's fate is impossible to escape. Fado consists of melancholic songs of love, loss, hopefulness, and resignation, accompanied by soulful guitars, mandolins, and violins, just like you can hear the music now. You will often hear Fado in bars, cafes, and restaurants. 100% Portuguese style, and we were lucky to be invited to listen to this amazing singer and allowed to film. We've been visiting a few local places, wandering at night, enjoyed a few shows, had small bites to eat, and served ginjinhas. Fado could not fit any better. However, Fado is not just music. It also appears in everyday speech when Portuguese people very often use the words hopefully or if only by saying Oxalá. As I have Latino blood in me, I completely understand where they're coming from.
Lisboa, tens cá namorados que dizem coitados com as almas na voz. Lisboa, não sejas francesa, tu és portuguesa, tu és soberana.
If you come to Portugal, it would not be fair at all to only talk about Lisbon, so I want to show you a few other cool places that are a must-see. One of them is Porto. What is Porto known for? For a lot of things, but for starters, it is what the port wine, the sweet dessert wine, is named after. Then, when it comes to visiting the city, Porto is often called the Cidade das Pontes, which means the city of bridges. You can check out the Dom Luís Bridge, built almost 150 years ago in 1876, bridge that has 2 levels. The top level is used for the subway trains with an option for pedestrians, while the lower level carries traffic and the majority of pedestrians. Porto is also a UNESCO heritage site, so the architecture and the old town here in this city are something that you definitely need to check out. Porto has about 3 million people, including the municipality, urban and metro areas. Despite the pandemic, Porto has great nightlife options, the same as the capital Lisbon. Not to mention that Portugal, as a whole, was one of the European countries with the highest rate of vaccinated people, more than 90%. So restrictions and masks did not represent a subject for fight amongst its citizens. Anyway, I wouldn't say I like politics, so let's leave them aside. What else? One of the most exotic parts of Portugal is the archipelago of Madeira, the native place of soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo. The islands are located closer to Africa than Portugal, although the archipelago is culturally, economically, and politically European. The only problem is that the airplanes really have a hard time landing here because of the wind, and sometimes they have to go back to mainland. Madeira is home of just about 300,000 people, and it's artsy, fun, and hospitable. Another fantastic place that I liked was the Fatima Sanctuary, which is an impressive group of religious buildings and structures located in Cova de Iria, not too far away from Lisbon. Speaking of Portugal's capital, I had to return there to do what I do best, throw a dart at the world map and go. So I grabbed my friends to help me out and went back home. Well, sort of. I'm in Lisbon with my friend Raz, who's filming right now, and Daniela, and we've had a blast, but time has come for me to throw another dart at the world map and go wherever it lands. Before I do it though, I have to say that I'm gonna throw the dart again if it hits one of the countries that I've already visited, or if it hits Canada or US, because I'm from North America, or if I cannot hit the map. I've thrown the darts in so many different settings, and today I'm just gonna do it in our apartment on the patio here. I've thrown the darts in several places, on pirate ship, in hotels, and I thought why not try our Airbnb apartment. So we have the map right here on the patio, and I'm excited to do it to see where I'm going next. So Daniela, please spin the map for me. Oh! It is South America, and the closest country is Uruguay. And I think I'm actually going to Uruguay. I know it's a very small country, has about 3 million people, but I've heard it's one of the best developed countries in South America. So I'm working on my Spanish. It's pretty good, and I think I'm gonna have a good time. Or even if I want, I'll make it happen. What's in Uruguay? You will not believe. Here is a community where you have to be painted to be part of it. Yep, you better watch the next episode, as you will be surprised about what's happening there.